here on BTN Live. Mike and Glenn with you. And as promised, we bring in Mark Dantonio, the head coach of the Michigan State Spartan football team. Okay, Mark, let's start with this. This is March, after all. We know you're buds with Tom Izzo. Now that the NCAA tournament is here and underway, how much will you talk to him during the tournament?
Well, I'll catch up with him probably either right before the game or right after the game a little bit every now and then. And I took advantage of the opportunity to go down on Sunday and watch the championship game down in Indy, and that was exciting. Very exciting to win the the Big Ten championship in basketball, and then also previously that be the football champion. So sort of unique.
So even during the NCAA tournament, you might talk to him before or after every game?
Possibility. I don't know. Just depends on when he calls or I call. We're pretty much just sort of nonchalant about it. But I'm going to text him. He's going to text me back. Those type of things. But we've been close. We've been close really since the '90s when I was here before. And he's been a tremendous supporter for our football team and our football program. And really, when we came here, I said it many, many times that we just needed really to look across Munn Field, which is the intramural field between the two buildings, and try and really set a similar pattern for winning a championship that our basketball team had been able to do. So a lot of the things that they do, we tried to copy, and so there's a sharing of information there.
Hey, Mark, I remember a comment, one of my favorite players of yours, Danico's Allen, your star linebacker last year. He said at Michigan State, we don't have a lot of 4- or 5-star recruits, but we play like 5-star players. Since all the success you've had in winning the Rose Bowl, has your approach to recruiting changed?
No, it really hasn't. We're going to look at guys and, first of all, ask ourselves, do they fit our system? Do they fit what we do? I think that's so important. A guy might be playing, a particular position, but he might be a great linebacker, but he might not fit our scheme. So we're going to try and fit our scheme, first of all, look for guys that overachieve. I don't care how many stars you have. You better overachieve as a football player, or things are going to get increasingly more difficult for you. So we're going to look for those guys, and obviously character guys. So I think you win with that. So what's brought us to this level, we're going to continue to try and maintain that. And really, when you ask that, Mace, what we've tried to do since winning that Rose Bowl, we've tried to take a step back and ask ourselves, well, how did we get there? So we've tried to strip away all the hype and everything and sort of just reaffirm who we are as players, coaches, and really critique ourselves even a little bit harder to try and reassess ourselves when next year comes.
Well, let's stay on that Rose Bowl topic for a second. Some coaches say the glow of a massive win like that only lasts for an hour. Some say it's something that lasts for the rest of your life. Where do you stand on that? Do you still feel the glow?
When I think back about it, yeah, I still do a little bit. I sort of feel like that is something that you're going to point towards the rest of your life. You're going to point at it and say that was a special moment. And I just keep talking about it was a special moment, special place with special people, and that's what'll keep me looking back. And so often I run into a lot of Spartans, obviously, and everybody has a story about the Rose Bowl, about their opportunity to get there, who they came with. How they got there, what they did when they were there. And there's not just players and players' families or coaches, it's the fans. And that's what makes it so special. We had, we were Spartan strong out there. And, it just sort of took over the place, and I think that's what I'll remember.
Let me stay on the field for a bit. Looking back at last season, where did Connor Cook grow the most?
I think his confidence grew. He's always been a guy that's pretty resilient, but he became more and more confident. You saw him turning loose the ball. You saw him getting out of trouble. We weren't sacked very much last year. I think I credit our offensive line and all the protection. It's so involved back there with backs and tight ends and et cetera. But it also is the quarterback position, when to get rid of the ball and getting out of problems. But he got better and better and better. And if you look at his first big start in an away game at Notre Dame, probably didn't play as well as he could have. The next time he had that opportunity at Iowa, he played very well, and then he just sort of took off, and he really hit his stride when we got to November.
Mark, back in November in Indianapolis in the championship game against Ohio State, I remember Tom Izzo showing up with the entire basketball team to watch you play and win the championship. How far do the Spartans have to go to the NCAA tournament until Mark Dantonio shows up with the entire football team?
Well, I think there's possibilities. I'm not going to put a number on that, but we're going to go to the championship game, so that's when we'll show up. So, maybe the Final Four, maybe that Sweet 16, but that's in New York City, so it'd be nice to take our guys up there. I don't know if we can take the whole team, but we can certainly represent, and we'll look forward to that opportunity to do that.
Do you fill out a bracket, Mark?
No, I'm a college coach. Got to figure that out. No, I don't fill out a bracket.
Yeah,
I got
but
it all
even
right
with
up here.
family or office mates with no money or anything on the line, just for fun, you fill one out?
No, I don't.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Well,
He's,
then
I
he's
look
trying
at
to
it a
get you
little bit
fired,
and,
Mark.
No,
just let it
no,
go.
I'm
That's
not.
how Mike is,
Yeah.
you
No,
know.
I know
It's
he's
happened before. It's happened before.
Absolutely.
I'm
No,
saying,
but I check with my daughters and see who they like, and we go from there.
okay, because I was going to say I wanted to know who your Final Four was, and did you have Tom and company
Oh, the
advancing?
Spartans are in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they're in there. They're in there.
Mark Dantonio, head coach of the Spartans. As always, thanks for the time. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having us on, and go green.